are going to continue to talk about email marketing today. In my first video in this little video series, I talked about why you need an author mailing list and also something else. I talked about why you need an author mailing list and what every single email in your author mailing list should accomplish. So now that we've established that, in this second video to this series, I'm going to take a step back from that and walk you through exactly how to set up an account on MailChimp, which is the email marketing service that I personally use, and talk a little bit about MailChimp and why I use it, why I like it, how it works, etc. Next week, I'm going to show you how to send an email with MailChimp, and together we are going to write and create and send an email to my audience using MailChimp. By the end of this video, you are going to have a better understanding of what MailChimp is, what MailChimp does, how it functions, why I like it, and how to go about starting an account and a very simple platform on MailChimp. Before we get started really quick though, I am super excited to announce that my book, They Stay, is currently up for pre-order. If you are new to the channel and haven't heard that much about my book, it is a young adult supernatural mystery / thriller about a girl who goes to find her missing brother and finds out that the answer to where her brother might lie in the ghosts that live in the cemetery in her town. It's got similar tropes to Stranger Things, but also the cool, quirky, large cast of ghosts that you would find in Neil Gaiman's The Graveyard Book. I'm really excited. Both the ebook and the paperback are up for pre-order on Amazon, Barnes & Noble, Kobo, etc. It's on lots of major distributor websites, so if you follow the link below, it links to all of these different distributors, and if you pre-order a copy, that would help me immensely, and on top of it, you would get a free swag pack of a bunch of different prizes and merch connected to They Stay if you do pre-order. If you pre-order an ebook, you get these different prizes that I can't remember off the top of my head, but I'm going to put in the video. And if you order a paperback, this is what you get. Behold the wonderful prizes. So yeah, if you would like to support me and get a copy of the book as well as a bunch of free merch, go pre-order the book, and I will be forever grateful if you do. So without further ado, let's get into the video. Okay, so I'm gonna go into private browsing mode, or incognito mode, because I already have a MailChimp account, and I want to show you exactly what it looks like when you go to MailChimp for the first time, which is this. So MailChimp is one of the bigger email marketing services out there. It is extremely popular, a lot of people use it, a lot of authors use it. I use it because I used it in high school, so when I started doing author marketing for my books, I was already comfortable with the platform and I knew how to use it. I know there are other alternatives like MailerLite that are slightly less expensive if I am remembering correctly. In full disclosure, I haven't done a ton of research about that, so you'll have to look into that, but I like MailChimp. It has served me really well so far. And this is the homepage. So before you commit to deciding on a platform for email marketing, you have to do a lot of research. You want to use an email marketing platform because it allows you to store all of the email addresses in your mailing list in one specific place. And it also gives you a bunch of features and ways that you can customize your emails to look extremely professional. You don't, for example, just want to keep an Excel sheet or a list in Google Docs or something about all the people who are subscribed to your mailing list, because then you're just going to be sending them emails from probably your personal email account and pasting all their emails in the to box, and that's going to look a little bit unprofessional. You're not going to look like a business. And when you are self-publishing, you are a business, so you want to, first of all, create a professional product in your books and also present yourself as a professional author and brand. So if you have decided to use MailChimp, cool, you're like me, and you're going to come to this page here, and you are going to click this button and sign up for free. So this is pretty straightforward. I'm going to use another email address that I have connected to my author business in order to create an account here, just so you guys can see how it works. So I'm going to put in claire@sabertoothpress.com. I'm going to create my username saying sabertoothpress, and I'm going to create a password that is this. No, it's not, because it needs to be more complicated than that, which is this. I'm going to click, I don't want to receive updates from MailChimp because they are just going to annoy me, and I'm going to click sign up. So now I have to go check my email. I'm going to do that really quick. You're probably going to be pretty bored to see that because I might have to sign into my Gmail and all that jazz, so I'm going to fast forward through this part. right, so I just confirmed my email address. Now it's taking me to this account setup page. I'm going to click that I want to be on the free plan and click next. So now I have to set up my account. So I'm going to put in my first name. I'm going to put in my last name. I'm going to put in my business name, which can also, you can leave blank, or you can, actually I don't think you can leave it blank, but you can put in your real name as your author name as your business name. So if I didn't have a publishing imprint, which I do, which is Sabertooth Press, I could just put in Claire Phrase as my business. Then, you can put your website, phone number if you want to. Not going to do that. Then you need to add an address when you're using MailChimp for legal reasons. So I personally feel uncomfortable using my home address on emails that I send out to everybody subscribed to my mailing list. So what a lot of authors do, which I haven't gotten around to doing yet, but it is on my list, is create a P.O. box for their business. I personally do something else, but I'm not going to tell you what I use just for basic privacy reasons. If you have a parent or caregiver or family member that has a P.O. box or something, maybe you could ask if you could use that P.O. box. Or if your parent or family member has a work address, maybe you could use that as your physical address. I find it a little frustrating that you have to put in an address because there are people who use this platform that don't have physical business addresses, but it is what it is, and I'm going to quickly put an address in here so it'll allow me to move on to the next stage. Okay, so tell us about your contacts. It'll ask, do you have a list of contacts? This means, do you already have a list of people who have signed up to join your mailing list? If you've been collecting email signups, let's say through a Google form or something, you would already have a list. So then MailChimp would allow you to manually input them into MailChimp to start building your audience with. But if you don't have any email addresses and you're just starting out, you can click no and hit continue. Okay, so now it's going to ask you what you are going to be using this MailChimp account to do. So do you sell any products or services? If you are an author, your answer is yes. You definitely sell products. Maybe you sell services if you do manuscript critiquing, if you do copy editing or proofreading or paid beta reading services. That is a service that you are offering to people. So if this is true, I would hit both. Then it would ask you what and how you currently sell. So right now, if you're selling books, you use your own website or e-commerce store if you are selling books through your own website. And you also would click another business's website or e-commerce store if you have your books up on Amazon or something. So continue. So then it'll ask you if you want to sign up for any of MailChimp's newsletters, and that's up to you if you want them. I personally don't, but you do you, and then you click continue. And this is exciting. So this brings you into the main part of MailChimp here. So it now allows you to connect a bunch of stuff, and you can just click I'll do this later. And this is the main MailChimp dashboard. On the left here, you see this is the button that will bring you back to your dashboard. Underneath, this will allow you to create something. This brings you to your audience so you can see all the people subscribed to your mailing list. This is the campaign section, so that is pretty much any email that you send or any landing page that you do. This is automation, so onboarding sequences, which I briefly touched on last video, but I'm going to make a whole separate video on later. Then you have your website, which honestly, I'm pretty sure MailChimp allows you to create a website through it, but I don't personally know anything about that, and I don't use it, and I've never clicked on it before, so I don't really know what it does. Content Studio, again, I don't really know what that does. Integrations, I think that allows you to connect MailChimp into WordPress sites or something. Again, I use Squarespace for my website. I've never really used it. As you can see, I'm not really a MailChimp expert. I'm just going to walk you through everything that I personally know about it and all the stuff that I use to manage my own author mailing list. So now we're going to go to Audience. So this is going to take you to your audience dashboard. So this is the dashboard where you can manage everybody who is subscribed to your mailing list. Now, I completely understand if this dashboard looks a little bit busy and confusing because even though I use MailChimp, seeing this kind of basic page and it doesn't have all the stuff that I usually see that it does on my own dashboard, it's a little confusing and overwhelming. So we're going to go to All Contacts right now. And you see, this is the only person who is subscribed to my mailing list right now, which is myself. So that is fun. When you have more contacts, they're all going to appear down there. So really the first thing that you want to do when you create your mailing list for the first time is you want to create a way for people to subscribe to your mailing list. The way I do this is through a landing page. A landing page is like a web page, which when people click on it, they can put their email in and that subscribes them to your mailing list. For example, this is my landing page for my own personal mailing list. As you can see, you can click on this thing on my website and go to this landing page, and I have a picture of my reader magnet up top, and everybody who subscribes can put their email address in right there, and then also their first name right there. And then they can hit subscribe, and then they will be subscribed to your mailing list. So I'm going to show you how to create a landing page, because without a landing page, really, unless you're doing giveaways or other promotions where you can build your mailing list, you can't really get any people to subscribe to your list unless you manually import them yourself. So to create a landing page, we are going to click Create. So now on the left right there, you can see all the different things that you are able to create, and we are going to click a landing page. It's going to ask you to name your landing page. What should we name? These are all old MailChimp things that I've named different emails and reader magnets and stuff like that. But for this, we are going to do fun, funky, fresh landing page. And the audience, which is the name of the group of subscribers that you have, right now you only have one, and that is Claire Phrase, because that is the name of my business that I put in. But you can rename it and move it and manage audiences and create different audiences down the road. But for now, since we have no subscribers on this account, we'll just say Claire Phrase, and then we'll click begin. Okay, so this takes us to this cool new page where we have to select a template for the landing page and decide what it's gonna look like. So I'm gonna click accept there, and now we have to decide which one of these looks the best. Mine was very boring when I started it because my intention, see how it says like, this one has an intention for lead generation, this one is to accept payment, this one is to grow your list, to promote products. I wanted to grow my list when I created my landing page, and that's what I want to do here too. The main goal when you're starting out is trying to grow your list, so when you send out emails, you have people to actually send them to. So I'm going to click Grow Your List. This is the editor you get when you're creating landing pages. So as you can see here on the right, these are different blocks that you can input into here, and you can move things around and personalize things. So MailChimp has already gone ahead and helped us out and put some stuff in the email section here that we can customize. So it's put a logo, a headline, some text, and the actual email address collecting feature that is the most important element of the landing page. So if you have a logo, you would put it here. I don't really have a logo per se, but I, for my emails, use kind of a screenshot of the header of my website with all the smoke going around my name because I think that's cool. But here you can add an image. So you click this, replace, and upload, and you have to upload an image. The image I'm going to choose is this image because I posted it to social media this morning, just because it's the first thing that comes up. Oh, wow, that's huge. Okay, this is a really big image, so we are going to make that a lot smaller using this little sliding bar thing here. And then we are going to make a big enticing headline saying, I don't know, please subscribe. Thanks. This is a terrible landing page. Like you have to design this better. Ideally, you should make this something that's attention grabbing, that could be a little fun, like maybe you ask a question, or you can be really straightforward and say subscribe to Claire Phrase's mailing list, because then people won't get confused about what they're going to be subscribing to. Then here you can talk a little bit about what people are going to get when they sign up. So you can say something like sign up and get pictures of my dogs. Also, some cool videos. Jeez, I really can't type today. Some cool videos and excerpts from my book. Also, writing updates. Again, You can do this in a bullet point list, give some examples of different things that you usually include in your emails, give people here a reason why they should subscribe to you, and really make them want to. Like, show what kind of value you are going to be delivering in your content here. Don't just beg people like, please, please, please subscribe to my list. Tell them, if you subscribe to my list, you are going to be getting XYZ concrete value, and this is something that you want. Cool. So then this, you are able to customize it. So you can say you have to ask people for their email address, but you can also ask them for their first name, their last name, their address, their phone number, and their birthday if you want to. But be warned that the more things that you ask people for, the less likely they are to subscribe to your mailing list. I learned that in a book that I read about mailing lists, and I think it's true. So I only ask people for their email address, and I give them an option to add their first name, but I don't make it required, so they can sign up to my mailing list without providing their first name. So you want to make sure that you're allowing them to give the least amount of personal information that you can, while also getting enough that you can actually send them emails. Okay, so then you go down here, you can click what you want the button text to be, so you can say like, I don't know, click here, and you can change that little blue button down there. Then after the form is submitted, you can choose where you send visitors to. So you can either send them directly to your website, or you can give them a confirmation message, and the little confirmation message is down here. So then you can write it saying like, please check your email for a welcome email. This can be whatever you want. As we get more into reader magnets and stuff, I will talk about what I do and why I do it, but you can also keep that really simple. So save and close. You can also add a bunch of stuff here if you want to. I usually keep it pretty simple, but you can add more images. You can add a social follow by just drag and dropping things. And then you put your links to your different social accounts here, and then people can see the little icons. You can click style, and then you can click what color you want the different icons to be and all that stuff. But, you know, you don't have to go crazy. I usually put social links right down at the bottom. I don't know how important that is. I really don't know how many people use those, but you know, it's an option if you want to. Okay, so when you are done, you hit down here, save and close. That brings you back here. So this is the final screen that you're going to see before your landing page gets published. You can do page title, so that's what your landing page is going to be called in your MailChimp dashboard. This is going to be your URL for your landing page. You can edit this URL and like choose what the ending portion of it will be, which is kind of cool. But you know, you can do whatever you want there. Then you edit the audience. So this is, you get to choose the audience. If this doesn't really matter right now because we have one audience, but if you have multiple audiences, like I personally have one that is my primary mailing list, and then I have a whole separate audience for people who just want to get emails when I have a new book out and up and ready. So I have people that don't really care about my dog photos, and they just care about hearing when I have a new book that's ready to order. So I send separate emails to both of those people. So you pick the audience that every single person who signs up through the landing page is going to be added to. And then this is your content. And then once you are ready, you can click publish. So your landing page has now been published. So now whenever you click this link, you are taken to this cool, funky, fun landing page. So now, because email marketing is really the most important form of marketing I do, I put my landing page everywhere. So I put it on my social media accounts, I put it on my website, I just link to it on all of my YouTube videos, as you will see down below. You want to publicize this landing page so much so that people will actually go and subscribe to your newsletter. So I'm going to X out of that there. And that's it. So now you have a landing page that is live, which is really exciting. And yeah, that's how you go and create a landing page on MailChimp. So as I was talking about before, you might already have some contacts that you want to manually add to your mailing list. And I'll show you how to do that now. But huge disclaimer, you cannot add anybody to your mailing list that hasn't consented to being added to your mailing list. That is really, really bad. And also, it's not going to help you at all because these people are just going to be angry that you're sending them emails without their permission. So make sure you have permission to send emails to everybody that you send emails to. So if you wanted to add contacts to your audience that you have permission to add, this is how you do it. You can click Add Contacts. You can import contacts if you have a file or like, you know, a text file or a CSV or whatever. or you can just copy and paste contacts. You continue to upload, and then in this field, you can just copy and paste the information that would be in a spreadsheet. Or if you just like have a couple, you can import them individually. Let me see, I'll show you. You can say add contacts, add a subscriber, and then you can import their information individually. So you can do that too. But also, again, make sure you have permission to email them, otherwise this is not okay. And honestly, like, this is it. Like, I'm gonna be going over next time how to send an email, because that's the next thing that you wanna do. But that's how you create a landing page, that's how you create a MailChimp account, and those are the super duper basics of everything. Let me know if you have any questions down in the comments. I would be super happy to answer them. Just let me know. If you enjoyed this video, please don't forget to give it a like and to subscribe to my channel. My name is Claire Fraze, and I'm an award-winning young adult author who makes videos on this channel every week sharing actionable writing tips that helped me make my writing better. Don't forget to connect with me on social media. I'm on all the regular platforms and also recently started an author talk on TikTok, so go give that some love if you like that. Have a good week, everyone, and as always, happy writing.